Israel has launched its first airstrikes in Syria in nearly a month, targeting government-held weapons stockpiles. The strikes came in retaliation for 2 projectiles fired from Syrian territory into Israel. Israel is holding interim President Ahmed al-Sharaa directly responsible. Syria says the Israeli strikes caused heavy human and material losses. Damascus insists it poses no threat to neighboring countries and calls for an end to the presence of armed groups in the south, pushing instead for full state control. This is Israel's first strike on Syria since early May. That month saw major diplomatic moves. U.S. President Donald Trump met with al-Sharaa, lifted sanctions on Syria, and backed direct talks between Syria and Israel. Moves meant to reduce tensions. But Israel has stepped up its military posture this year, frequently striking Syria and deploying troops in the southwest. The Israeli government has said it won't allow the new Syrian government's security forces to establish control in that area. The recent projectiles fired from Syria, both landing in open areas, are the first since Bashar al-Assad was removed from power. Israel's defense minister, Israel Katz, said the Syrian president is directly responsible for any threatened fire toward the state of Israel. Syria's foreign ministry questioned the accuracy of the reports about shelling and warned that some actors may be trying to destabilize the region for their own gain. Syrian officials pointed to pro-Iran militias, remnants from the Assad era, as potential provocateurs seeking to draw Israel into renewed conflict. A claim of responsibility surfaced from a little-known group called the Martyr Mohammed Daif Brigades, named after a Hamas military commander killed in an Israeli strike in 2024. Reuters has not verified that claim. Syrian media and security sources confirmed Israeli strikes in the Damascus countryside, Quneitra, and Dara provinces. Locals reported that agricultural lands in the Wadi Yarmouk region were hit, with Israeli incursions preventing residents from farming their fields. One strike reportedly hit a former Syrian army base near the city of Izra. Israel says its operations in Syria also aim to protect the Druze community, a minority with deep roots on both sides of the border. For years, Israel has bombed Syria to curb the influence of Iran and its allies. The Golan Heights, seized by Israel in the 1967 war, remains a flashpoint. Last week, the new U.S. envoy to Syria expressed hope for a peace deal between Syria and Israel. Around the same time as the Syrian projectile incident, Israel also intercepted a missile launched from Yemen. The Iran-backed Houthis claimed responsibility, saying they targeted Jaffa in solidarity with Palestinians amid the ongoing war in Gaza. On the diplomatic front, U.S. President Trump's visit to the Gulf in May included a high-profile meeting with al-Sharaa. Despite al-Sharaa's history as a former al-Qaeda operative under U.S. sanctions, Trump called him a tough guy and pledged full support. This stance has raised eyebrows, especially given Netanyahu's early visit to Trump following his inauguration. Recent reports suggest growing tension between the two leaders. Meanwhile, Israel continues to block food and medical aid from reaching Gaza, further intensifying the humanitarian crisis.